The first thing you want to do for the long hair hairstyle is part your hair on the left, going to the right, and section out the front part of your hair to be used as faux bangs. Then what you're going to do is you're going to section out a good chunk of your hair in the front and then separate it from the rest of your hair so that you don't pull in any strands and you have a clean line. Ignore any weird faces I make or anything Ayana does in the background of this video. Then what you're going to do is start with the tiny front pieces of hair and do a Dutch braid. If you do not know how to do a Dutch braid, then you can just look it up on YouTube. I'm also sorry for any word mess-ups I have during this because you all know how I talk in person and I can't talk at all. It's important to keep the braid really nice and tight so that it looks like 3D and nice and it's not like falling apart, because if you do it really loose, it looks like it's going everywhere. I also apologize, it's really hard to speed up this video, so this was as fast as it would go. If you need to, you can skip ahead a little bit. If you want to watch me awkwardly braid my hair and I want to do weird things on my bed, then that's fine, I guess. I also apologize for my roots and my greasy hair. I had just had a riding lesson. Need some elevator music right here. You want to leave out front sections of your hair to frame your face later on. And when you get to about the top of your ear, pin that braid down, or you can tie it with an elastic. Either way, you just need to make sure it doesn't come undone. And then you're going to section out another chunk of hair right behind it. And tie off the hair so that it doesn't get in your way. And you're going to Dutch braid this section as well. Again, starting with a very small piece and braiding really tightly. It should feel like Yanni is braiding your hair. Insert generic royalty-free music right here. I'm also sorry for that one strand I don't get. It's really annoying as I watch this video. Then what you're going to do is pin off this braid however you want to, again either with the bobby pin or an elastic, and take the bobby pin or elastic out of the front piece and then the back piece and hold them together and make sure you keep them really nice and tight. And then what you're going to do is you're going to braid these two pieces together. It is really important to keep the braids really tight as you do this. If not, they can kind of come undone and it just doesn't look as nice. Also, make sure you're continuing to Dutch braid and you don't switch to a regular braid. So that means you're crossing under, not over, because if you cross over instead of under, you can end up with like a weird gap or twist thing. And then you just want to braid this about halfway down. Or a little more than halfway. And then you do not have to make that elastic really tight when you bind it off, because you're just going to take it out. And then pull your braids out, or your bangs out, so you can put your hair into a side ponytail. Make sure you brush this out really nicely so you don't have any bumps. And then pancake your braids. A tip for pancaking is to not pull the center parts of the braid out, just pull the outer edges, because that way you get a nice flat puffy braid instead of just pulling your braid apart. And then any little flaws or bumps in the way, just pin them down. It helps to pin it under the braid so that you still have that nice look. Like this part, I just pin it under the braid. Alright, and then you're going to take your bangs and brush them out. And cover the scalp that's showing from where you did the braids. So ideally I would have taken out a bigger chunk of hair so that it covers more. And then you're going to pin it and wrap it around the ponytail. Sometimes it helps to pin it before you wrap, or you can just go straight into the wrap as long as it looks nice. And pin it down securely. It's just like in marching season, you can't have the ponytail holder showing. And then you're going to pull out the side pieces if you are like me and you accidentally braided them in. And if you want to, you can kind of rub those baby hairs out so that you have more framing your face. And then you're going to curl your hair. I didn't feel like curling mine, but yeah, it's hairstyle.